Welcome to another episode of Sneaks, Rhymes, and Life. I am your host, Lionel McDonald. So, we are going to talk about it. We have waited literally 20 years. Some people say, since Nas and DJ Premier got together on the incredible album Illmatic, which is Nas's debut album. It was only a matter of time before we got an album between the two of them. People have been clamoring for it, people have been asking for it. And we finally got it. I've taken some time to listen to it. December 12th, 2025 is the day, in fact, that we got Light Years. So this is the culmination or the seventh album of the Legend Have It series, which Nas has put together on his label Mass Appeal. So in the series already, I mentioned it in part one. This will stand as part two, but we originally got 7 albums. So, and I think I'll try to roll them out in chronological order. First was Slick Rick's new album. Then we got an album, The Emperor's New Clothes, by Raekwon. Then we got Supreme Clientele 2, which was an incredible album. Then we got Infinite by Mobb Deep. So Prodigy has passed away, but we still got an album from the duo. Sounds amazing. Then we obviously got another album after his passing from Big L. We got that literally right before Halloween. And then in November, we got Cabin in the Sky. So first De La Soul release since they got all their masters back. Although Dave has passed away, an incredible album. And now 12/12/25 is when we got Light Years. So my initial thoughts is, originally I really wanted to have something sound that classic DJ Premier and Nas collaboration. We got Nas's Like, we got Represent, we got New York State of Mind 1 and 2, Second Childhood, among other songs. So these guys have done nothing less than classic work. Now in 2024, we got a snippet, we got a taste. Define My Name was the song, and that song is not even on the album, but that was kind of a teaser that they were going to find a way to put this album together. I really would tell you that this album specifically, a lot of people have a lot of opinions on it. Did it hit the mark? Did it miss? Is really what a lot of people are discussing and debating at this particular juncture. But when you really break it down and you really think about it, and I don't think you can miss I Gave You Power, which is one of the best conceptual songs. So this kind of is almost the foreshadowing or the segue here. This album here specifically is for the hip hop purists, and not probably the hip hop fan in 2025. This is a throwback and tribute to literally the almost 52 years that we're rolling up on now, of hip hop as a culture. Since Cool Herc was in the park, in the Bronx, this is a tribute to so many pieces regarding hip hop in general. Now I'm going to go through some of the tracks. I'm going to tell you what I like and I dislike, but overall, I think the project is a really great project. Is it his best project? No. Is it in my top 5? No. Is it even maybe the best Mass Appeal album that came out this year? It's in the conversation. I probably personally, as I previously rank them, I go, Big L was 7th, or Slick Rick was 7th, Big L was 6th, Raekwon was 5, Ghostface was 4, and then the top 3, Mobb Deep, De La, and Nas. I probably would put Nas 3, Mobb Deep 2, with De La just a smidgen ahead of him. So it's a great project, and those are 3 very good albums, some of the best albums we got all year. But it's not his best work, and it's okay. I think I initially expected a masterpiece, and not getting a masterpiece is okay because I think there was a lot of things to touch. So My Life is Real. I love the beat in the onset, but I don't know if the lyrics actually fit the beat and where we were going. I think it's a good song, but not a great song. Get Ready, I think, is one of the better songs. He talks about cryptocurrency and some of his portfolio, which I thought was cool. New York State of Mind, obviously, when you see the title, huge anticipation of what's happening. Um, there's a smidgen that connects this song to the previous two songs, but the Billy Joel sample, I think it just didn't connect the way that I wanted to see it. Welcome to the Underground, I thought was going to be a banger, an underground ode to the classics. It just didn't materialize that way for me. But Madman did. So Madman is number 5. Madman is in my opinion by far the best song. This is, if you want that New York gritty hip hop, this is what we got on Madman. Pause Tapes, another top 3 song on the album, um, with a great sample from Havoc on how he made Pause Tapes back in the day in the 80s. A master class of a throwback to what we had to do to make your first beat, and how hip hop for many artists actually started. Writers Writers was an amazing tribute to all the graffiti artists, men and women around the world. Sons, I haven't got into Sons as much as I love Daughters, and it makes me think of my own daughter. But Sons is a pretty good song, and that's something to appreciate. It's Time is a song that I kind of missed or overlooked the first 3 or 4 times I listened to it, but it's an amazing song. It fits really well, and in the conception of an entire album, I think it's really, really good. The best conceptual song on the entire record is Nasty Esco Nazir, where literally he takes on multiple personas. DJ Premier, people questioning the beat, and it should have been this or should have been that. I think they knocked it out of the park with this particular song. Then we get My Story, Your Story. So the only feature, much like Illmatic, we get AZ on the mic, and instead of going a verse for verse like we got in Life's a Bitch and many other songs that they've done together, they went literally line for line, or rap for rap. So differently in how they approached it. I still love the concept. I love the chemistry they two have. There's already consideration that these two may actually do their own album together. Hats off to Bouquet, which is a tribute to all of the lady MCs, and there's some that missed. Tara Chase, I wish you were mentioned, as a hip hop icon here in Canada. But shouts out literally almost every lady in the game. Some people don't even like it. I absolutely love it. This is one of the first songs I gravitated on the entire album. Junkie is a great song. Um, in my opinion, some people don't like it, but it's not forever. Shine Together, as we're kind of bringing this home on the third, the final installment of this 15 track album, is a good song. And then Third Childhood, I really like. Is you got Second Childhood, and it's not Second Childhood, but the connection and just kind of the wordplay and some of the things Nas definitely does his beat, does his thing. Premier, I definitely think Premier had some incredible beats, including Pause Tapes, which is maybe one of my favorites, along with Madmen that's on the album. Some people says like Premier did too much scratching, but that's Premier's signature sound. So in 2025, that doesn't happen a lot. But in 1994 or 1992 or 1991, when Premier was doing Step to the Arena, or Premier was doing in 94, he was doing Hard to Earn. This is Premier's signature sound. When he did things like on so many other albums, including J. Damager, Sunrise and East, this is Premier's signature calling. So if you don't love it, that's okay. Maybe it wasn't for you. Definitely the hip hop purist can like this is what Premier does. But do I think this was Premier's best work? No. Do I think he's done other things recently that are better than this? Yes. I probably will listen to this more than several of the Hit Boy and um, Nas albums, that the six run that he did over since 2020. There's at least half of the albums that I like. I like this album more than some of those. I definitely think, in my eyes, the best one is King's Disease 3. So that's the one I would definitely play over anything. Magic is probably the one that it would play also in high regard. But this is a really good album. Um, it's just under 50 minutes. I wish there were some more verses. I wish we could have got DJ Premier continuing to spin, and then we got AZ and Nas to kind of do their own verses and then collaborate. So there's a lot of what ifs, or what happened. They had a great podcast they did with Joe Budden. That's literally an hour and a half. I got to kind of dive into it today on my day off and kind of see what that was all about and what they had to share. But hats off to these guys to coming through and making a project, not for them, not for money, but for hip hop as a culture. And that's why we got this. And that's why this particular project matters. Nas is arguably one of the greatest MCs, if not the best MC that we've ever had in the history of hip hop. But one is unique about Nas is he is upholding the culture right now in the highest regard. He is doing things for the Hip Hop Museum. He was front and center for Hip Hop 50 and helping to pull that together. This Legend Have It series also has a spin where there's now a comic where all of the artists are a part of it, and it's being designed. It's going to release soon. So there's a lot of things Nas is doing for the culture. And hey, DJ Premier is doing many things just like Alchemist is, and dabbling between some of the newer artists like Ransom and many others that are new school or newer artists, and then still doing things with Nas and many other artists as a hip hop purist and keeping the culture alive from the golden era. And hey, I'm wearing a golden era. My boy Benzo made this for me a few years back as he started his own line, Golden Era Apparel. I think they're still selling stuff, so if you want to check it out, you definitely can. But this is for those that grew up in the golden era. And if you didn't grow up in the golden era, maybe there are parts that you will like and dislike. But I really want to have you take this point home, and everyone's going to have and I want everyone to understand you're entitled to your opinion. What you think about this album is your opinion, and whether you shelve it or you listen to it or you play it for the next 6 months, that is totally up to you. But I will tell you, this was made for the purists. So think of the concepts of it. We had something for the pause tapes and the producers. We had something for the writers, the graffiti artists, as we bring the elements of hip hop together. We had something for the ladies. We had his favorite or maybe favorite MC to collaborate, his old boy from AZ, all the way back from Illmatic and Life's a Bitch. So there is something here for everyone. There is something here that he wants to celebrate and put to the forefront. He did his concept. Nasky Esco, Nasir is an incredible album. It's not some of the concepts that he's done in the past, but this is an amazing concept. It's almost like he took The Warning, but he took it to a whole nother level, have essentially 3 eras of Nas in one go. So something to enjoy, something to, bump. And there's lots of songs. There's songs forever. Fast song, slower song. Madman is still my joint because I'm a golden era junkie. And he made something for the hip hop junkies. He also made something for the hardcore hip hop purists that wanted that boom bap. And we got that on Madman. So much love to everyone that's listening to the podcast. Take your own opinion. Drop it in the comments. I posted lots about this since Friday. And I was just so excited. It was a euphoric moment to finally think that after 20 years, we got this album. So salute to Nas, salute to DJ Premier, and salute to hip hop. This is Sneaks, Rhymes, and Life. We out.